Would you pay extra for a chef to cook a meal when you can get the same nutrition from a ready-made thali? That's the difference between active and passive mutual funds. And choosing the right one could save you lakhs over time. Welcome to Mutual Mindset, where we simplify investments for young Indian professionals. In this video, you will learn what active and passive mutual funds are and how they differ in cost and performance, some real world Indian examples, common myths to avoid, and finally, which option might suit you better. Stay tuned till the end because I'll also test your knowledge with two quiz questions. Let's start with active mutual funds. These are managed by professional fund managers. They research companies, analyze the market, and make the decision with the goal of beating the market index. For example, HDFC Equity Fund may adjust its portfolio, increasing holdings in Reliance or Infosys, reducing exposure to others, all in an effort to outperform the Nifty 50. But here is a reality. According to SPIVA India 2023 report, nearly 85% of actively managed large cap funds underperformed the Nifty 50 index over the last 5 years. So, while the promise is outperformance, the reality is often disappointing. Now let's move to passive mutual funds. Unlike active funds, they don't try to beat the market. Instead, they simply replicate an index like the Nifty 50 or the Sensex. For example, a Nifty 50 index fund will hold all 50 companies in exactly the same proportion as the index itself. The biggest benefit, low cost. Passive funds don't need constant research or fund manager decision. So their expense ratios are often between 0.1 to 0.5% compared to 1 to 2% in active funds. So how do they compare? Management. Active funds are run by managers making stock picks. Passive funds just follow an index. Cost-wise, active funds have higher expense ratio. Passive funds are much cheaper. And performance-wise, active funds may beat the market sometimes, but often underperform over longer periods. Passive funds constantly match the market. And transparency, active funds keep changing portfolios, so they are less predictable. Passive funds are straightforward and fully transparent. Let's put this number into numbers. Suppose you invest 10,000 every month for 20 years, assuming 12% annual return. In an active fund with 1.5% of expense ratio, you would end up with about 74 lakh. In a passive fund with just 0.2% of expense ratio, your corpus could be 82 lakh. The difference of 8 lakh just because of costs. Before we wrap up, let's bust a couple of myths. Many believe active funds always perform better. In reality, most don't beat the index. Another myth is passive funds are only for experts. The truth is, they're actually the simplest option for beginners. And the biggest mistake, ignoring expense ratios. Even a 1% higher cost compounds into lakhs of lost wealth over the long run. So now let's see how much you have understood. Question number one, what is the primary goal of active mutual fund? Options can be match the market index, beat the market index, eliminate risk completely, invest only in government bonds. Yes, guessed it correct. Option B, beat the market index. The second question, which type of mutual fund usually has lower expense ratios? Active funds, passive funds, both have equal costs. Depends on the asset management company. Yes, again the option is B. Passive funds has the lower expense ratio. So here is the bottom line. Active funds mean higher cost and inconsistent results. Passive funds mean lower cost and consistent returns. If you're just starting your investment journey, passive index funds are usually the smarter and the safer choice. Now that you know the difference between active and passive mutual funds, which one would you choose? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this video helped you, please like it, subscribe to Mutual Mindset, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. This is Sachin, helping you invest smart, live better.